Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the film. It's been a very, very long time since me and Paul been able to get together. Obviously, you've been over to Barcelona where West Ham didn't play, but great experience for you, mate. Quite a bit to talk about. So maybe we will start there, mate. I know it's it's a long time ago now, but how are you feeling? Since that, we've bounced back brilliantly since then. But how do you sort of see the end of that competition? How it ended?
I mean, listen, and I was saying this on the night. Obviously, absolutely gutted that we didn't do it, that we didn't go through to the final. Devastated, obviously, down to 10 men. That kind of pretty much killed the game, and that was that. But I said even after the match, I said at the time, as gutting as it was at the time, it's going to be something we look back on proud of. We got to a semi-final of a European competition. When was the last time we were even in Europe?
Exactly, mate. Exactly, yeah.
Massive,
where we
massive
actually,
achievement.
Genuinely believed towards the end that we were going to go and win it.
Yeah, massive achievement. Massive achievement. I mean, it's gutting. I booked a day off work just in case, and it unfortunately wasn't to be. But yeah, fantastic achievement. Really, really proud of the lads.
Obviously, is the final today. Unfortunately, it wasn't us. Where do you think we just fell short? Do you think we ran out of steam a little bit, or come up against a team that maybe played a bit different than, or did we give it all in Seville and games like Lyon and maybe just run out of steam, like I say, at the end?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a bit of it. I think a bit of running out of steam. I definitely think it caught up to us a little bit. And then, like I say, when Cresswell got sent off,
that's game
over, really. Do you know what I mean?
They were a good side, though, weren't they? Frankfurt was a good side. Let's not kid ourselves. I thought they were very tidy on the ball.
It's a weird one, mate, because they were, they look good against us. But then if you look at them in other games they've been playing this season, they don't look all that.
Yeah.
They don't.
What do you make of Moyes' point in that? Just last little bit on that. Moyes said we lost that tie in the first minute of the first round, like the first leg. Do you believe in that? That was such a key time to concede, wasn't it? It was a horrible time.
Yeah. No, big time. Because we were chasing that tie from the very, very start. From the very start, we were chasing the tie. We were chasing the game. Obviously from the first leg, nightmare start. But yeah, it just was not to be. I just don't think we had enough. I think, again, it goes back to squad depth. It goes back to injuries. It goes back to player fitness. I think if we'd have invested a little bit in January and brought in some decent backup, maybe we would have had that extra bit of energy to make a real go of it. But
expect us to learn from it, though, now, mate. Obviously, we are guaranteed some form of European football now, whether it's definitely Conference League, but it may be Europa League, if things go our way. Players need to learn, the dark arts, how you're going to get the dodgy referees and you're not going to get away with the ones you would get away with in the Premier League. And I think that will stand us in good stead next season in Europe.
Of course it will. Obviously, it's great experience for the lads. The more experience that they get playing in those competitions, and not just the players, the coaches as well, and the staff. The more experience they have of that, the more it's going to help in the future. Of course, 100%.
Yeah. Obviously, we all was a bit depleted after that. We did bounce back, mate. Fantastic win against Norwich. But let's talk about City very quickly, mate. What a fantastic result that was. How well did we play in that game? Our friend Peter went, obviously, didn't he? And he was going, oh, no, I'm so disappointed. That just shows how much we've come on as a club, though, no? That we're disappointed in these games.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything. I expected nothing at all from the game, and we were obviously.
I did actually predict. I predicted 2-2 on my preview. I said 2-2. Yeah,
should have backed it, mate. I'm gutted because every week, right, I do a little fivefold with a few set teams every week, same 5 teams every week, including West Ham, and I didn't do it. I thought I didn't do it. Didn't really see the point. Didn't do it, and then because we went 2-0 up, it would have paid out anyway because the early payout.
Oh yeah, the 2 out, early payout, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I expected nothing at all, nothing. And we were talking during the game, and even when we scored both the goals, I didn't celebrate either goal.
Great goals, though, weren't they?
They were. And do you know what though? We should have had more. We could have. Obviously,
Dawson's header.
We scored the 2. Dawson should have scored the header. Bowen had one. He could have cut it back across. Obviously, the Antonio chance. Mate, we could have scored 5 goals. we played brilliant. We played absolutely brilliant, and Guardiola came out afterwards, gave us a hell of a lot of credit for the way we played. You know,
I think we
and
played well at their ground as well, though, mate. Yeah, I think was it only 2-1 at their ground? I remember. Yeah, mate. To take Man City, to at the end of the day, like you said, mate, you're always going to concede. You're not going to keep a clean sheet of them. It's just the fact I think that we conceded the 48th minute is a long, long time to keep them at 2-1. The third goal was always going to be crucial in that game.
Yeah, and definitely, and like I say, I think if we'd have got that next goal, would have been a different story. I think if we'd have got a third, I think we would have won the game. I think we would have won the game. But yeah, a brilliant performance from the lads. Like you say, we bounced back really well. We're finishing strong. All comes down really to the last day now, like you say, about what European competition we're going to be playing in. Yeah.
How do you feel about the Conference League? I know it's a bit of a 50-50 subject on Twitter. A lot of West Ham fans, like myself, I don't know what your thoughts are yet, but you know what? I embrace it. Obviously you want Europa League more, but yeah, I'm quite excited for both.
Mate, I'd be massively excited for it. I can't understand the mentality. Who do we think we are to be saying, "Oh, not to turn our nose up"?
Roma and Feyenoord are in the final. Massive clubs, massive clubs.
I don't understand that mentality, mate. Like I say, when was the last time we were in Europe at all? And now, yeah, okay, we did really well this season, getting to the Europa League semi-final. So what? Now we just turn our nose up at anything else? It doesn't make sense to me. No. It doesn't make sense to me.
I look forward to both. I do want Europa League. I do, and I will be a little bit disappointed on Sunday. But you've got to embrace it. We have qualified for Europe 2 seasons in a row with a European campaign and a slim squad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what more do you want?
I agree completely, mate. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. The fact that we've got proper European competition. Well, if we do get to the Conference League, we go into the last stage of the qualifiers. So,
that's a bit close. Tottenham nearly went out, mate, to that Paco Rabanne or whatever they're called, Paco Ferrari Riera or whatever they're called.
So we'd have to get through that first, yeah. But to have two proper, group stage European competitions in a row, brilliant.
Yeah, mate.
I'd be looking forward to it.
I will ask you, in terms of, this is a question that's been going around. Will it affect the players we can attract? And I think if we're talking Europa League and Champions League, yes. But Europa League and Conference League, I don't really think there's much difference.
No, I don't. If you want to be shopping for the top players, you need to be playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Yeah, obviously playing in a European competition is going to help. But no, I agree with you. I don't think you're not. If you're going for the top players, it's not going to make a difference whether you're playing in the Europa League or the Europa Conference League because they want to be playing in the Champions League.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is a player would a player that's maybe not the Champions League player turn their nose up at because we're in the conference when they say Europa League level player?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. No, but I know that argument has been going around. Oh, our targets will have to change. And no. Those players will know. And would have if those targets knew they were coming to West Ham within the last few months because they would know more or less. They're not going to change their mind just because we dropped down one competition. In my opinion. Next question I ask you, though, mate, because I see a good video about it. If West Ham were not in Europe this season, so we wouldn't have had our campaign. Would we have got top 4?
I think we would have been pushing. It's really, really, really difficult to say. It really is difficult to say. Our league form did drop off quite a lot.
But is that because of Europe? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
It is hard to say due to injuries, couple of suspensions. Yeah, it's difficult. Would that have happened if we weren't playing in Europe? I don't know. Realistically, I don't think so. I don't think we're at that level. I don't think we're top 4 level yet. I think we're going definitely in the right direction.
Definitely going the right place. Yeah,
definitely going the right direction. I don't think we're there yet. I think even if we weren't playing in the Europa League this year, maybe we would have secured 6th a lot easier.
Yeah.
or even 5th, but I don't think we're
there
at
are
that
games
top
out there,
level
though,
yet.
mate. And I know we'll probably do a proper review, next week. You look at games like, how did Man United beat us twice? And Arsenal as well. How did Arsenal beat us twice? Like, they're such bottom teams. Like, I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. We are going to go in the comments in a minute, guys. Just bear with us. Me and Paul are going to get these little subjects out of the way first.
Sorry, mate. I just want to check with the chat. You sound like a robot to me at the minute. I don't know if that's me or you. Does Luke sound all right?
You
in
are pixel to me.
It might be me, but you sound like a robot.
Yeah, you're pixel to me. I don't know.
How do we look, guys? Is one of us lagging out?
Who's pixelated? Is that better or not?
I can understand what you're saying, but it sounds really funny.
Okay. Yeah, obviously, Mark Noble's last game as well, mate. How did you feel, mate? How did you feel about it? Like, what did you think about it? Yeah, look, racist or Rywist says Paul is pixelated. Luke looks pixelated to Cycling Hammer though. But I
pixelated,
think
but it's for the better. Cheers, mate. It does wonders, mate. You don't want to see me in high definition. Give me 2 seconds, mate. Let me leave this and then come back.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, you can leave a couple of seconds, yeah. Then come back in. There we go. Right, Paul will be back in a minute. I'm going to go through the comments while Paul is... Oh, thank you, Cycling Hammer. I'm glad it weren't me. Right, I'm going to go through a few of these comments. Matt Rainey says, head-to-head against Brighton, played 9, 1-0, drawn 6 and lost 3. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, mate, but thanks for the stats. Duncan said, I read this morning that we're interested in Nathan Ake. Thoughts? Personally, I hope it's not true. I'm going to come back to that, Duncan, because we're going to do transfer news in a minute, so that's where I'll start again in a minute. What was we talking about? Mark Noble. Last ever game, mate. Listen, I've been very vocal on here over the years, and I'm not going to sit and, pretend that I've changed my mind and be like, oh, he was my hero forever and ever and ever. I'm not going to do that. I can admit, that the guy stayed there a long time, and what he done off the field, was fantastic. He's been a fantastic leader, and he has stayed through the good and the bad. But yeah, for me personally, and I know this is not going to go down well, for me personally, it's no coincidence that he's been out the team 2 years and we've been a better team for it.
I mean, I think that's kind of a weird perspective to say he's been out the team for 2 years and we've been a better team for it. I mean, yeah, but it's the last 2 years of his career. He's not a young man. He's getting older. You could apply that to any old player.
I think he's been on a downward slope for about 4 or 5 years, mate. And that's not.
Know.
And I know, I'm not. I'm not the big Noble fan. I'm not, and I know West Ham fans are going to throw things at me, especially this week. But yeah, I don't think he's. I can't say he's set a world alight in a West Ham shirt ever for me.
No, I don't think you would say that. I don't think you would ever say that he's been our best player any time, any season he's been at the club. You wouldn't say he's been one of our top 3 best players, probably. But I think Mark gets a lot of stick undeservedly. I really do. I think there's been a lot of times where he's been being blamed where it's not necessarily his fault. He don't pick himself every game. It reminds me a lot of like Kevin Nolan at the end of his career. Allardyce.
Yeah.
Allardyce kept picking him. He was done. He was finished. He just couldn't do the job anymore. And I think it's a shame. It wasn't his fault. He kept getting picked. The fact that Noble has been moved into the background this season, last season, that's the right thing to do. It's definitely the right thing to do. But I don't think he's as bad a player. I really don't think he's as bad a player as people make out. I think he's had a fantastic career with us.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying, very average. But I'm going to contradict myself here. I do believe, in terms of the other players that have had England caps, he definitely, in the 2016 season, should have got an England cap. I will, I will say that.
I think it's criminal when you look at some of the players that were capped that Mark didn't get called up. I think it's a joke. I really do. I think it's a disgrace. But no, absolutely incredible servant for the club. I'm really pleased that it seems like he's going to be staying around the club in some capacity. That's definitely what it sounds like. It sounds like he's probably going to have a break and then come back in some capacity. And I think that's fantastic. I think it's brilliant. I don't think there'll ever be another one like Mark Noble.
No, I don't. I was I think could Ben Johnson stay there his whole career potentially, but we'll probably upgrade him.
Yeah, I don't think we will see another player come through the academy, spend their entire career, 15 years at the club, you know, a local lad, a West Ham fan. You'll never see that again. You'll never see that again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that I know people are going to argue. I know there's not just you, mate. There's a lot of people, a lot of my friends I talk to who don't rate Noble, who can't wait to see him gone. But that means something to me. The fact that he's West Ham, he understands the club. He is one of us. You know, he's a local
it will
lad.
be missed, mate. That will be missed. That understanding of what we want. You know, he's felt that what our pain and our love. That you do need that.
That carries weight for me. It does. I'm wearing this shirt. It's got Noble on the back. I literally bought that just for this season. Noble 16 on the back. And yeah, I think he's had a fantastic career. I think he had a fantastic send off at the weekend. I think it was great to see. You know, all the clips of other players, you know, talking about him and their memories and stuff. Brilliant. You know, really good to see. And yeah, I'm really pleased, and I really hope he does stay around the club. I really do. Again, I'm not saying, and I've said this before as well. I think he's been underused this season. I really do. I think when he has played,
I would agree. Actually, I will. I think there are games where he could have come on and been a bit of a calming influence. Just do what he does, you know, backwards and sideways.
You know, he shouldn't be a starter. No, he shouldn't be playing every week. But when he has played this season, I think he's done all right. I think he's done well. He's done his job. I think we could have used him more to give the likes of Souček and Rice a break in some games. I think we could have used him a bit more. But no, it is the right time for him to go. It's the right time for him to retire. I'm glad that I'm glad that he has been moved into the background a bit, because he's retired. Like I say, it's not that Kevin Nolan where he was just played right till the end and the fans were on his back and he was getting stick every week. I'm glad it didn't come to that. I'm glad that he has been sort of in the background the last couple of seasons. He's sort of retiring on his own terms, still generally in good terms with the fans. And yeah, I'm looking forward to him, you know, moving into the background and staying at the club.
Mate, I think he will be around the club very soon as well. I think, you know, he fits in, doesn't he? That Stuart Pearce, Kevin Nolan, and Mark Noble. You know, it's another one of those leaders in the dressing room that, you know, it's no coincidence why we've done so well this season, in my opinion, having all those leaders around the club.
Yeah. Our backroom team is probably the best we've had in our lifetime.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. You can see what their role is, their defined job is. Right, let's go in the comments. I read this morning that we're interested in Nathan Aki. Thoughts, personally, I hope it's not true. He has too many mistakes in him. Plus, he can't even get in a depleted City side. So why ours? What do you make of that one, mate?
I'll be honest, I quite like Aki.
Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah, I do, yeah.
You know, I think he's a left-sided defender playing on the left. I think we could use him well. And I think under Moyes, he could really progress. It hasn't really worked out for him going to City. Could be the fresh start that he needs. I wouldn't be disappointed at all if we signed him, to be honest.
Yeah, the thing is, it's really hard with City as well, you know, that their centre-halves have to do so much. Like, Laporte was playing basically like attacking midfielder for most of that game against us, wasn't he? Like, sometimes when they go to City, you have to be a completely different player than what you are as just a centre-back. And maybe actually just playing as a centre-back, you know, you don't have to worry about the other things going on.
Yeah, no, I definitely. You know, you like you say, mate, their defenders ain't really defenders. You look at what's his name?
Like literally sitting just in front of our 18-yard box for nearly the whole game.
If you look at the left back, is it Zinchenko?
Yeah.
He's not a defender.
Cancelo cuts in all the time.
Like Zinchenko plays for his country, he plays attacking midfield.
Yeah,
and they play him as a fullback. It's mad. It's completely different, like you say, playing for City.
Yeah. The only other centre back, obviously Tarkowski, looks like he may be off to Newcastle now. You know, if he don't fancy it, he don't fancy it. He's rejected us before. I'm not going to cry about it, you know. And there are other defenders out there. I quite like that Frankfurt guy, Ndika. I don't know whether he's out of our price range, but he looked like a beast against us, absolute beast. Moving on. If you've got any other transfer news to discuss, guys, please put it in there. Yes, I did read these two this morning. I was going to do a video about them, but I thought I'd save it for the video with Paul today. There were so many names being linked. Emmanuel Dennis, obviously from Watford and Memphis Depay. Let's start with Dennis, mate. Played really well against us, didn't he? Scored a good goal. Gone a little bit wobbly and, apparently got a bit of an attitude problem. What do you reckon on him? Quick,
I think
very quick.
Yeah, he's quick. He's direct. I think he's an interesting name. I think the Watford fans rate him.
Scored 10 goals as well. Scored 10 goals this season.
I think he's an interesting one. I think he's an interesting one. Wouldn't be too.
I wouldn't be too disappointed, to be honest with you. I think, if Moyes has done his check, and thinks, he ain't going to throw the toys out of pram and upset the dressing room, because that's the key. That dressing room is so good at the minute. He gives us balance, because you got Bowen, Bowen's fantastic, mate. Absolutely fantastic. And you get that over on the left-hand side as well. We need pace as well. We need pace, desperately.
That's the thing with Dennis and with Depay as well. They can play right across the front. They can play up front. They can play on the left. They can play on the right. Depay would be unbelievable. He's not coming. I was going to say, though,
do you think Depay suits Moyes' thing, though? He's a proper one that upsets dressing rooms, doesn't he? He loves himself. You not think? I don't get me wrong, mate. Fantastic player. Set pieces, really good goal scorer. But do we want prima donnas?
We don't. We don't. But I don't know. It depends how much of that. Like Lingard had that reputation before he come to us as well.
Yeah. No.
So I don't know. I think you have to be careful. I think you said it just then, mate. If Moyes has done his background, if Moyes has done his own work, and he's happy enough that they're not going to be disruptive, then you have to trust him. I think it's hard to. You can't go too much on players' reputations at other clubs. I think, like I say, just purely from.
Do you think Lingard will come now? I don't think Lingard will come now. I don't. I think he wants too much money. I think it's a bit too. He get a bit greedy.
Yeah, I don't think he'll come. To be honest, I won't be disappointed if he doesn't come. We don't know what sort of player he is. Another 12 months later, hasn't really played much. He's not the biggest thing with me with Lingard, and I've said this before. He's never going to come and have the same impact he had first time round. Never.
I think we needed someone like him this year, though.
I agree.
Carrier,
I agree. But I think there's no way he comes in and has the same kind of impact. And I think because he won't, even if he's playing well, that's going to go against him. Do you know what I mean? I feel like fans might start getting on his back because it's not the same as he was last time. And personally, I would like to let it go.
Yeah. We are being linked with so many players at the moment. How many players will be buy, loan, free transfers, and kids stepping up? That's the old discussion now, mate. A couple of names that have been mentioned, mate. Calvin Phillips again seems to be really, really picking pace up. It seems to be coming up quite a lot. And if Leeds go down, which it looks like they might, I know you said it the other day in our chat. You said that if you can get it for 25 million, a lot of clubs and like anyone who's been thinking about Rice. Might go, well, actually.
Yeah.
I'd love him, though. Fantastic, mate. Absolutely fantastic player.
It would be a brilliant signing. But, yeah, as you say, mate, like I said, 25 million release clause, if they go down, I think we'll have a lot of competition at that kind of money. Yeah. But, yeah, it would be a great signing. It'd be a great signing.
Mate, great. What about another one? James Ward-Prowse keeps coming up as well. I don't think we've got enough to get him out of there. But again, what player does he fit though? Because I was having this argument in work. I really like him. I would love him at West Ham. But they say, "Oh, where would he play? Who are you dropping? Like, can he do Souček's job next to Rice, or can he do Lanzini's job? Arguably, no. But I still would like him at West Ham.
Yeah, I have to. I'll be honest. I have to tend to agree with them. Like, I like him. I don't know where he would play. Who he would come in for. I don't know. And
he can't do Lanzini's job. He's not that dynamic. And Souček, I don't know what Ward-Prowse's defensive works like. I'll be honest. I don't know what his contribution is like with that.
And I think it would cost so much money to get him out of there. I can't see it.
Great set piece, Tika, though. Unbelievable.
One of the best, yeah.
Unbelievable set pieces. Other names, mate, just quickly we'll mention the striker situation. Adam Brozier, again, keeps coming up. And Ollie Watkins, mate. Who's your preference, mate? And for me personally, I think both. I think we should sign Ollie Watkins on a permanent and get Brozier on loan. I
If we
think there's no
could do
reason
that,
why we shouldn't sign both.
if we could, mate, fantastic. If we could, I don't. I mean, there's so many names being thrown out at the minute, so many, and when it comes to transfers, I'm so cynical, mate. I really am.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, it's all just we're just debating. I don't think anything big's going to happen. To be honest with you, mate,
it's crazy. Like we need so much. We need so
Mm.
much, and I do not trust the club to get what we need.
We do need a lot, mate. We need the left back. We don't know what's happening with Areola. Apparently, the PSG thing now, they'll pay some of his wages. No brainer for me, mate, with Areola.
Oh yeah. No, well, I think that's already done. To be honest, I think that's already done.
Fabianski, last few games been excellent, mate. Saved the penalty, a couple of flappy ones.
Apart from the penalty save, he saved a couple of penalties. I think it's 3. I don't think he saved 3. Did we have 1 miss and 2 saves? But the last 3 penalties against us haven't gone in. I think he's been making a lot of mistakes lately, mate. I really
he's shown his age a little bit. He's shown his
age. I think he's been dropping balls. He hasn't been really coming out when he could, maybe because he don't trust himself to get there. I don't want to knock him.
No, mate. No,
Fabianski's been phenomenal for us. He's been absolutely brilliant. But it's time. It is time for him to step back. I think the comments that Areola's been making on social media, and the price that we can get him at, plus, like you say, if PSG will subsidise his wages, it's a no-brainer.
He's been fantastic in the Europa League. He's fantastic. So quickly back on that, Adam Brozier or Watkins, mate. If it is just one, which it probably will be, if any, which one would you prefer?
I'd probably prefer Brozier.
I'd be honest with you, I'd prefer Brozier as well. The only thing I said about Watkins in a video I did the other day was Watkins has played with Benrahma, and is that some of David Moyes' thinking that might get the better out of Benrahma?
I don't know. Maybe depends how much he plans on using Benrahma next year. But no, it would be Brozier for me. I think the biggest thing with him, watching him, is he's not scared to shoot. He loves to shoot. He wants to shoot. Yeah. In fact, he probably shoots too much.
Well, very strong.
There's probably times where he shouldn't shoot. He should pass it, but he should. But we haven't got someone who's willing to take those shots.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and like you say, he's strong. He's a runner. Yeah, I would definitely go for it.
In terms of outs, mate, I will go back in the chat, guys. Do apologise. You said it the other day. I did a video. Thank you for all the views, guys. I have 1,000 views for that video. Dawson, mate, you read, I believe that he's looking for a move up north. I'll be quite gutted, actually. I'll be honest with you. I'll be quite gutted. I think he's still got 2 years in him. He has been making a few mistakes recently. A couple of dodgy pens. The sending off against Chelsea,
penalties, red cards, own goals.
Mate, he was. I know Declan Rice won it. He was my vote for Hammer of the Year.
I wouldn't have given him Hammer of the Year. I think he's been brilliant for us. He's been brilliant. And for what we paid for him, absolute steal.
Oh, mate, bargain of the season, mate.
Yeah, absolute steal. He's been incredible. But he has got a mistake in him. I think the thing is, he looks better.
Need to remember he's probably a third choice centre back, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, he is.
Played the whole season, more or less.
For what he's done brilliant for what he's done. But there you go. He is our third, fourth choice centre back. And if you're him, and I'm pretty sure you said this in your video,
he's
stocks high at the minute. Yeah. It's a good chance for him maybe to go and get a decent contract somewhere else. Yeah. Rather than, he knows that he's going to be back up at West Ham. He knows he ain't going to be playing as much next year. We're probably going to bring in at least one more centre half that is going to push him back
he'll probably go to fourth choice, won't
he? Yeah.
If you're thinking that, I don't think Oggy may start, but there's no guarantee that Oggy's going to carry on. And I think any centre-back that's brought in is going to be Zuma and new centre-back.
Yeah.
Because Zuma's fantastic. Zuma, but again, he's another one injury-prone. But yeah, I'd be a little bit gutted to see him go.
It'd be a shame to see him go, but I wouldn't.
But if he does go, then what are you keeping Diop?
I would keep Diop, yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I would get rid of Diop.
I think it depends. There has been rumours that I think it was Monaco were looking at
Leon.
him.
I think Leon. As well.
I think there was a couple of French clubs were looking at him. It depends on the fee, innit? If we can get a good fee, then let him go as long as we can replace him. if we can't
Looks like
replace him,
Vlasic as well. Apparently, Vlasic, Moyes is prepared to let him go. What do you make on that?
no surprise, is it? No,
Yeah,
no
I think
surprise.
it's one of the rare mistakes that he's made, Moyes, and I would let him go.
Yeah, I don't
Definitely.
really know what's going on there. Some of the games that he couldn't even get on the pitch, crazy.
What
So
about
yeah, weird.
Manu? Obviously, heavily linked with River Plate and things like that. Mate, I think we'd be mad to let him go.
I wouldn't let him go at all. I wouldn't let him go. How old's Lanzini?
I do think
28?
we'll get a player to play there. I think he's 28, 29 now. I think
He's
we'll
too
get a
young
player
to
to
be
play
going
there.
back. He's too young. He's too young to be going to like River. I would 100% keep him. Definitely. I think that since he's been back from his injury and since he's been in the team more, he's definitely been, and I think this is instructions. He's been told to sort of keep it simple. He hasn't really been making runs forward as much. He doesn't really take players on, but he does a hell of a lot of work defensively. He tracks players back. He puts tackles in. He keeps the ball moving really, really well. He's not really having an impact attacking that he used to, but I think that's more down to instruction. But I don't think there's another player in our squad that does what he does. I don't think there's another one that can do what he does.
I don't think there's anyone that's as comfortable on the ball as him. I really don't. Yeah. Let's bang through these. Pizza Face, that's obviously Southgate, needs to pick Rice and Bowen. He says he picks players on form. Yeah, I think it'd be an absolute disgrace if Bowen don't get picked now.
Bowen will be picked. He will. He absolutely will.
Yeah. On reflection, though, mate, again, I know we said it in our own personal chat. We dug him out earlier this season, didn't we? Mate, I'm glad I'm wrong. And we always say that, though, don't we? I want nothing more than to be wrong. And I think you said it, mate. Most improved player in a West Ham shirt. Unbelievable.
Yeah, his improvement this season has been incredible. Like you say, we were earlier in the season, we were knocking him, we were having a go, and it was mainly my issue with Bowen.
Hit the goalkeeper merchant.
Yeah, it was his finishing. His finishing wasn't great. He hit the keeper a lot, and he weren't the best finisher, and I think that's what let him down the most. But that is so like now, if he's in on goal, you're backing him to score. He has improved so much. He's come on amazing. Yeah. And like you say, mate, happy to eat my words. I'm so pleased. Are you
more worried about keeping him than Rice? Because I think Rice definitely stays this summer.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried. I ain't going to lie, mate. I'm a little bit worried if a decent bid comes out. I'm talking 70 mils, 65, 70 mils. Would we twitch?
I don't think
it'd be silly. I think it'd be
silly. I don't think he'll go this season. I think that's, like you said, the money wise, I know you asked me during the week what I think he's worth. I think he's worth 50, 60 million. I have seen people saying, oh, he's worth 90, 100 million. No, he's not. Don't be silly. Don't be like 50, 60 million. If a 70 million pound bid come in, it's going to test us. It's going to test us. But I don't see clubs doing that at the minute. I don't.
No. One other thing, mate. Again, just before I go on the chat, we haven't discussed it. Declan Rice, 200 grand a week, 8-year contract. I see a great video from Gonzo saying that we shouldn't have made that public because then that now, like for Bowen, obviously, who's looking for a new deal now, he will go, well, you was going to offer Dex 200, and someone like if Lingard was to come in, well, you was going to offer Dex 200. So
ain't Bowen already highest paid player?
No, apparently he's on 60, and they're looking to put him on 120.
All right, I thought he was already.
No, mate, no, 60.
Quite high. 60. But no, I get what you're saying. It was pure posturing from the club.
Oh yeah, so we tried, isn't it? It's a we tried.
Yeah, of course it is. So that if they know that he's not going to sign a new contract, he's not signing a new contract. Maybe if they'd have offered him 200 grand a week for 3 years, plus bonuses or whatever, maybe.
Well, if we don't qualify for the Champions League within those 3 years, you can go. Yeah. You can go for 100 million or whatever.
That from reports, that's the sticking point. He wants a release clause in his contract, and we won't give him it. Not for the value that he thinks is reasonable. Which is fine. I think that's fine from the club. I think that's fine. If we think he's worth more and we can get more than what he wants as a release clause, don't give him it. That's fine.
And but offering if he stays the 3 years, if he stays the 3 years, and we lose him for nothing. We've got an £100 million world-class player for 3 years.
Yeah. And like I say, offering him an 8-year contract is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
No player, no footballer in the world is signing an 8-year contract.
Wasn't Winston Reid's contract like 6 years?
It was,
and then
it
look
was
what
5
happened.
years. 5 years with an option, I think it was.
And look what happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, fingers got burnt badly with that one, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just and Rice has got all the power. Rice has got the bargaining power.
Yeah,
he's not going to lock himself down for 8 years. No, ridiculous, stupid.
Of course it is. I know we would take the conference seriously, unlike Spuds, who didn't want to be there and deliberately got beat. I will embrace it like you boys. Thanks. Antonio's loss of form seems to coincide with him getting the Jamaica call up. Yeah, that's a fair point for the season. Oh, is Paul still there? Am I still there, guys? Can you still see me? I think Paul's gone. If we get different players in, would the style change, i.e., horses for courses? Potentially. I don't know what happened there, mate.
You froze, so I just dropped out to come back in just because I thought it was probably me.
Okay. This is a good question, mate. If we get different players in, would the style change, or i.e., horses for courses? We definitely need a plan B because we haven't got a plan B. And you do get figured out during the season, so you got.
Right now, I don't know if this is me or if this is Luke, but Luke is completely frozen for me. Can we see anything in the comments? Hello.
I'm back, but I don't know whether we're live.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether that was you or me or what's going on.
Yeah, I've got like a Wi-Fi bar here. What's that sound? Connection is fairly good. Okay, right. There are some good teams in the conference. There is. I think Spurs would have got top 4. They got it when they bought in those 2 players in January. Yeah, that Kulusevski's been a fantastic player, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Good afternoon to you, JP. I hope you're well.
Tell you what, mate, talking about transfers and potential transfers, there's 2 that I would absolutely love to see come in on a free transfer that just became available.
Chiellini, yeah.
Chiellini and Dybala. What about that? Imagine that.
Oh, mate, I think I can see them both going to Tottenham. I can.
No. If Chiellini keeps playing, and don't get me wrong, even he's 37 years old, 38 years old, he'd still be the best defender we've ever had in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But no, I think if he carries on, he'll
Dybala's one of the best players I've ever seen live as well, mate. During that first ever game at London Stadium, mate, when he was only like 22, 23.
He was incredible. Yeah, he's a brilliant player. I don't know where he's going to end up. Chiellini will probably go to the MLS. Mate, I'll tell you what, if there was any chance whatsoever of Dybala coming to West Ham, I'd be throwing money at him big time.
Yeah. He'd probably want a serious money, though. Serious money. We have been in and around the top 6 most of the seasons with Moyes. The team deserves so much plaudit. Yeah, listen, we have to remember where we've been, guys. And like Paul said, where's this, from some fans, this snobbery of European competition? Bloody hell, we're used to bloody relegation battles. Luke looks like this is what happens when you're out doing PE in the sun for 5 hours.
You need to put sun cream on, mate.
Oh, mate, 10 hours. 5 hours yesterday, 5 hours today. I'm bloody done, mate.
Get the old factor 50 out.
Glenn Murray isn't there anymore. Oh, that's Brighton, obviously. Yeah, we'll have a little touch on Brighton in a minute, mate. Don't worry. These performances against the bigger teams, we have to do it against the likes of the Saints and Brentford. We've dropped some big points in them games. What do you guys think is the biggest achievement, win the FA Cup or the Cup Winners' Cup?
Both before our time.
It's a European Cup, though, mate. It's that, it's elite. It's prestigious.
What was it? Both obviously way before our time, but the Cup Winners' Cup, I think, was that the 3rd tier European competition at the time? So similar.
There was only 2. There was only 2 at the time. Champions League, European Cup, and Cup Winners' Cup.
So huge. But I mean, both. We've never seen us win anything, so it'd be nice to see. It'd be nice to see any cup. When
I think you have to say Cup Winners' Cup because there are teams out there that have won FA Cups, League Cups, but I'll tell you, there ain't many that have got a European trophy in their locker.
Sharky's saying third as well. I thought it was third. What was the second? I'm pretty sure that the Cup Winners' Cup was the third tier European Cup at the time.
UEFA Cup. That's the only other one it could have been.
Let us know in the comments.
Bears Cup. Yeah, don't know. We're not that old. Noble's last season was good. He's still a legend. Was brilliant last couple of years at Bowen. Would you guys rather the Conference League win the Conference League or win the League Cup? Oh, that's a good question. Again, I want to win the European Cup. I think it's just that it's the days out for the fans. Like Paul got to go to Barcelona. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play at the new camp.
Yeah, it would have been nice if we were playing there.
But you still got that experience that you wouldn't have booked that, would you? You wouldn't have booked that if we weren't in it this year. But you still got a lot of West Ham fans were there as well, weren't there, mate?
It was fantastic. We there was a lot of West Ham that travelled to Barcelona, and the atmosphere over there was fantastic on the day. Yeah. I think the League Cup don't get a European qualification anymore, does it? So, the conference. No, I don't think it does. But the conference gets you obviously into the Europa League.
I think it might get you conference actually. I think it might get you Conference League, and I think because the League Cup has been won by usually top 4 teams, that's why it goes to 7th. I think. Someone said to me the other day he wouldn't have been picked by a manager after a manager if he didn't have the quality.
I know that's one of your favourite statements on Noble, mate. What do you want to say about that?
Nothing. What's the point of European football for clubs like us? Leicester, if they want to change all the rules to delight the football darlings, it's true. When that Champions League rule comes in a couple of years, that's going to just destroy football days. Noble has been robbed of his England chances. I really want Josh Cullen back. I think we've gone better as a club, though, mate. He's a good player. He's done well at Anderlecht, but I think we've got bigger things now. We knew Noble never had the legs to do the running, but he needed players around him that could do the running. He's not Perlo, mate. Sorry, in my opinion, we've had good players and better players over the year, but at times we've let ourselves down with the cups. We've had a few good opportunities to win a few trophies within Mark's time. Noble has been a calming influence in some of the games when he has come on. In a world of vanity, it's great to see the loyalty. It certainly is. Just going to skip through a few of these. Aki is Gullet's son. Oh, yeah, here's a good one. Dennis, we spoke about. Nketiah, we didn't speak about. And Richarlison, obviously, as well, mate, is another one. I don't think we'd get Richarlison. What about Nketiah? I'd have him. Mate.
He's on a free as well, isn't he?
Yeah, good finisher.
Tribunal, I think it'd be.
Probably want to stay in London, maybe, as well.
I would definitely take him. Yeah, I would take him.
Yeah, 100%. We are linked to many names, as we always are. We have to sieve through the ball and look at the actual ones that are likely. Season ticket renewal, still remember that, guys. I don't think that plays a factor this year, though, JP, the season ticket renewal, because of European football and how good a campaign we've had for 2 years. I don't think the transfer thing is what's selling the tickets this year. I think it's people thinking, oh, West Ham are in Europe again. I want them days out. What about you?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. Is it? I mean, it's an hard habit for the club to break, isn't it? Although you have to say that Sullivan has been incredibly quiet in recent times, which is good to see. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm kind of, in my opinion, JP is I really don't trust us to sign the players we need. I think maybe we'll sign one or two, couple of loans. I think it's going to be a very disappointing window. I think we're going to finish the window and look back and say we didn't do enough. Yeah. Hopefully I'm wrong. Well,
I'm going to whiz through these and then we'll wrap it up a bit. Chelsea will be looking to get as much money as they can for Broja. I'm just going to skip through a couple. I think Ben Rama will leave as well, depending on how long the injury is. It was just a rumour, but like you guys, I hope he doesn't go back up north, but I wouldn't begrudge him. Obviously, that's Dawson. Oggy will need replacing. He's 35 next season, that's right. Vlasic hasn't lived up to standard. It's a good one. Hey lads, shame we're not in the final, but it's still been a great season. How would you feel if we end up in a Europa Conference League? I've been split between the tournaments for some time. We've said about it already, mate. I would not turn my nose up at any European competition. I think it's fantastic, mate. We wouldn't twitch. I've been saying all season he's Stan, and now I've been proven right. Obviously, that's Bowen. A lot of stuff about Dennis. I think I've skipped well ahead there. I do apologise. Wait. Sorry. Cup Winners' Cup is second tier. Third tier was UEFA Cup, so it was second tier Cup Winners' Cup.
You say that, but there's lots of contradicting comments in the comments.
I've got no idea. No idea. I watched a video of the history of the Cup Winners today. It's the third. All domestic Cup winners play each other, and the Cup winners play in the Super Cup next season. What has been the best and worst moments of the season? The best was the home leg against Seville. What an amazing night. Yeah, I think that and the Lyon away were amazing. But then beating Liverpool, beating Chelsea, they were real good moments for me. Real amazing moments. Worst moment, probably Mark Noble missing that penalty and then going out to Frankfurt. What about you, mate?
Oh, yeah. The Sevilla was incredible, incredible moment. I don't know. There's been a lot of really good moments this season. I think it has to be the European nights. I think for the best moments of the season. I think especially as we started progressing, league games got less and less important.
Yeah.
Worst moments, yeah, just some of those games, like you say, mate. That the Noble penalty miss was
Brentford game, losing in the last minute. We lost a few in the last minute, didn't we? Like drawing games in last minute. That them points now, like I say, top four's there for you. News is we want Joseph Brecalo from Wolfsburg. I also read that we were in for that really fast defender on FIFA, Lacroix, the one who's like 88 pace on FIFA. So probably won't be getting him because that means he's actually quite good. Let's have a look here. Ben Johnson, the next Noble? Question mark. Like I say, I think we'll upgrade him. I think he'll be upgraded. He is a big loyal West Ham fan. Can you see Ben Johnson ever being captain of West Ham, though, mate? No, not for me either. That's not me disrating him either. But I think if we do continue on this upward curve with Moyes, you would expect another right back to be in his place, and I expect us to sign a left back in the summer as well. Just because there are players we want, don't mean we'll get them. Yeah, fair point. Two other things, mate. So I just remembered two other things. This, mate. New shirt has been leaked. Very much like the Julian Dix one back in the day. Nice shirt, mate. I quite like it. What about you?
Yeah, pleasantly surprised, mate. When the leaks came out that it was going to be based on that shirt, what was it, 90?
Yeah, very young Julian in it. Yeah,
or something.
Very young Julian.
I was a bit worried. Then booked a shirts. I don't think they were very good. The booked shirts. Although my first ever West Ham shirt was the year before that with a BAC. Yeah, it was a year before that with a BAC windows, and it had like little cross hammers all over it. That was my first ever West Ham shirt. But when that picture came out, do you know what, mate? I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I think they always look worse in the leaked pictures as well. When you see them on the players in the press pictures, they look a lot better. I'm optimistic. I actually think it might be all right.
I do. Like, hopefully, we'll see the other two shirts in the next few weeks. Facebook nonsense saying we want Isco on a free. Isco's going to be at least at Real Madrid on $300,000 a week, at least. So that's definitely not.
Sign him up, mate. We'll get Isco. We'll bring over Eden Hazard as well.
$600,000 a week. Yeah,
Hazard. We'll take Bale off him as well. Gareth Bale on a free. Yeah, mate. No worries. Yeah, sweet.
Next thing, mate. West Ham versus Brighton is the weekend. Last game of the season. This is how they kind of line up. Cucurella, Trossard, Dunk, Veltman. Anyone you like in their team, mate? I'm a big fan of that left-hand side, Cucurella and Trossard. What about you? And Basuma, obviously, as well.
I feel like Welbeck's going to be a problem. I just do. Actually, do you know what? I think Punk is a really good defender.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, he is.
I think he's a really good sort of no-nonsense sort of centre-half. it's weird though, when you look at those two teams, I don't think there's any denying that we've got by far the better team. We've got by far the better 11. But
they work hard, don't they? They
yeah,
do.
we just
they play lovely
struggle.
football as well.
They're such a bogey team for us. They really are.
Yeah, like the record was put up early on in their chat, mate. Really early on, someone put it in. I'll just put it up again. Bear with me. Got to go right to the beginning. Right to the end. There we go. Head to head, mate. Recently, there you go. Look, played 9, won 0, drawn 6, and lost 3, mate. It says a lot, doesn't
it? Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal, especially because we need a result from this game. Obviously, if we do want to get into the Europa League.
Oh yeah, we have to get ourselves into a position, and then obviously, hope that Palace do a job. Palace's last home game, mate, at Selhurst Park. Last game's probably for Conor Gallagher as well. You fancy them? Man United.
Yeah, I do, because like you say, Man United are awful. I think
we only need the draw as well. We don't even need them to get a win. We only need to get a draw and we get a win.
Yeah, I think Man United sort of packed it in a couple of weeks ago. They look like they're on the beach. They look like they've given up. And I definitely fancy Palace. I really do. Hopefully they do us a favour.
Yeah. Missing players for them is Mwembu, Moda and Saramenta. I believe Lamptey as well, people are saying as well. Obviously for us, Oggy and Benrahma. They're predicting 1-1, which sadly wouldn't be enough. Just want to do one more thing because I do like looking at the strengths and weaknesses of Brighton. Just bear with me, and this is the last thing we do. So their strengths are stealing the ball from the opposition, attacking down the wings and protecting leads. Their weaknesses are finishing their chances, defending long shots and defending counters. They play aggressively, possession football with width and taking long shots. What do you think, mate? Would you fancy? Do you fancy it? Do you think we can do it? Do you think we won't bottle this one?
I don't know, mate. We've had two really, really good league games back to back. So hopefully we can carry that in one more push. But I don't know, mate. I'd be worried about predicting a win.
Yeah, that's all we can do as well when it try and win our game. I think Man United. I think Palace can get that draw. I really do, but it'd just be typical Man United to go and get a ridiculous 1-0 or something like that. But whatever happens, 6th or 7th, whatever it is, Sunday when all's said and done, it's been a fantastic season. Whatever happens now. Whatever happens, it's been amazing season. Right, last few comments, and then we're wrapping. I'm the same. When the leaks come out, I slag it off, but then buy it when it comes out. I think Black and Gold 125th anniversary is unbeatable at the moment. Yeah, lovely kit.
Brilliant kit. That was, mate. Brilliant kit.
My mate who scored, my mate who is the second store manager at the club, hopefully get him over them. Champions League was first tier, Cup Winners' Cup was second tier, UEFA Cup was third, and Intertoto was fourth.
We're talking about like 1975 though.
64 we won it.
60.
64.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Cup Winners' Cup 65.
64.
Yeah, 64 was
64
the
FA Cup, 65
FA Cup, yeah.
Cup, and then 66 was the World Cup, yeah. Ryan Fredericks has a year extension clause, yes or no?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think he'll stay.
No. My mate at the club shop is a Brighton fan. Hopefully we can get one over them. I agree. Anything else, mate? Anything else to finish off? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Sorry, mate, my phone's ringing away there. No, not really, mate. John Depp and Amber has been interesting. It's been better than any.
Mate, that's what I've been watching. I've been
addicted
to it, mate. Been absolutely addicted to it.
Sorry, mate. Keep
That's
talking.
Right. Yeah. Guys. Me and Paul will be back probably, in the week or at the weekend. To basically do a season review, and we will get together. Whoop. I'll just mute Paul for a second.
Are you muted? Am I muted? Mute me up.
Yeah, I'm muting you. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so me and Paul will get together over the summer, and we'll obviously, be talking about all the transfer news going forward. So yeah, anything out there, I'll get the videos out there for you. Any ideas you have for videos over the summer, please get it out there. As Duncan says, hit that like button and help us out. I know we're only about 300 away from, I believe we're only 300 away from 4,000 subscribers now as well, you know, which I reckon we'll hit in the summer. We usually have a big burst in the summer again. But yeah, thanks for staying loyal with us this season. You know, we've tried really hard to get a bit more content out there for you. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Luke's tried really hard. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, you know, we're going nicely. You know, it's a nice steady channel. I enjoy it. I enjoyed making the stuff, and it makes my walk go quicker in the morning doing those videos. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Yeah, have a good week. Enjoy the sun. Put more suntan lotion on than I did. Yeah, until next time, come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.